This is a regular meeting of the Township Committee. Public notice of this meeting has been given as required by the Open Public Meetings Law. A resolution was adopted January 1st, 2023, designating this date, this hall, and 7:30 p.m. as the time for this regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Union in the County of Union. A notice of each and every meeting of the Township Committee was posted in accordance with the aforesaid Open Public Meetings Law in one public place reserved for the posting of ordinances and official notices of the Township of Union, namely the bulletin board next to the clerk's office. In addition thereto, a copy of said resolution was forwarded to the local source and Star Ledger. A copy of said resolution is on file with the clerk of the township.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This evening, the prayer will be led by Deputy Mayor Cavadas, and our flag salute will be led by Committeewoman Delisfort. Would everyone please stand?
God of power, might, wisdom, and justice, through you authority is rightly administered, laws are enacted, and judgment is decreed. Assist this Township Committee with your spirit of counsel and fortitude, and guide us to seek righteousness, justice, and mercy, and assist us in leading our township with honesty and integrity. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Florio is excused. Ms. Delisfort?
Present.
Mr. Bowser?
Here.
Ms. Cavadas?
Here.
Mayor Figueredo?
Here. Can I have an approval for the conference and regular session minutes of June 13th, 2023?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of June 13, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Madam Clerk, move on with the ordinances and resolutions, please.
I have for consideration on second and final reading an ordinance amending Chapter 131 entitled Public Safety Department to remove the position of lieutenant from the Fire Division.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final readings.
Second?
An ordinance amending Chapter 131 entitled Public Safety Department by the Township Committee of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey. This ordinance removes the position of lieutenant from the Fire Division.
Anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this ordinance?
Move the ordinance be adopted.
Second?
Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figueredo?
Yes.
Amending Chapter 266-66 of the Municipal Code, parking by permit in residential areas to include Jesse Place, Frederick Terrace, Burlington Avenue, and a portion of Spruce Street.
Move the ordinance be taken up for second and final reading.
Second?
An ordinance amending Chapter 266-66B, Schedule 25, entitled Parking by Permit Only in Residential Areas by the Township Committee of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey. This ordinance affects Jesse Place, Frederick Terrace, Burlington Avenue, and a portion of Spruce Street.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this ordinance? Please step up to the microphone.
Hi, how are you? My name is Angela Burgos. I am the owner of Signatures. And this will more than likely affect us in that area because all of these areas are near Signature Sports Bar. And I believe like Burlington Avenue, for instance, there's a part of Burlington Avenue that is not affected by any residential housing. And then also what we thought about doing, and maybe we can revisit this, is that we were thinking of getting in touch with the police department and possibly speaking to them about hiring someone for patrol in the area to minimize any parking that is blocking driveways or that are near corners, or any behaviors that the neighbors are complaining about in terms of parking. But I'm not opposed to probably a couple of the streets that are like further back, but Burlington Avenue is a major throughway, and so I'm definitely opposed to that because, like I said, people do use those areas to park their cars.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Please state your name.
My name is Masuna Harley. I'm also part of Signature's management team. When it comes to the parking, we're not against permanent parking, okay? Because it's a residential area for the most part, but we're a business that operates after hours of the normal quote-unquote workday. And so to limit the traffic that way would adversely affect the business. And if it affects us and we're a union, then it affects us all. So we would appreciate it if the council would table this probably for now, and so that we can revisit it at a later date to give us time to come together, have a collaboration, and we can draw some type of resolution together. That's it.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Just please state your name.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Wendy Rosenberg. I live on Jesse Place. And although I understand people want to have some fun after work and the owners have a right to make a living, it has been impossible to get into my own driveway for well over a year. People are blocking the driveway. The people are getting so close on both sides to the driveway. You can't sometimes get down the street. Nowadays, people have big SUVs, and they're looking for parking spaces, and you can't even drive down the block. So I hope the committee passes that resolution.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Please state your name.
Hi, my name is Paul Weiss. I live on Jesse Place. And a couple things regarding the parking. I'd like to say that as far as Burlington goes, it's not the street I live on. However, the assertion that there is not that much, or there is a portion of Burlington that is not affected by residential areas that was just mentioned, I completely reject that. There's probably maybe 1 or 2 spaces that are not up against an actual home, and that's at the end of Burlington there. Again, understand, never want to see a business suffer for any reason other than their own behavior. And again, I can't blame it on an owner of a bar. However, the patrons have completely taken over those areas. Jesse Place, Burlington, Frederick, even Spruce, and it's until very late hours of the night, early into the morning. There's parking behind our area, which is actually in the parking lot of a bank. Don't know if that's approved or not, but there's the behaviors that go on late into the morning, early into the morning hours, including empty bottles, liquor bottles all over the ground, and used condoms thrown out of the cars onto the street. These things it's unacceptable. So, the parking is only one symptom of the greater problem, which is the late hours and everyone congregating around there, and quite frankly, intoxicated at night. So, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
May I revisit?
This is not a back and forth.
okay, no.
This is just on this ordinance right now, that's all. Anyone else wishing to speak on the ordinance? Please state your name.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Catherine Canan.
Catherine, I'm sorry.
I'm the resident at 978 Burlington Avenue. And I got to tell you that they have taken over my space, my driveway. Sometimes they have blocked it, and it's nearly impossible. I don't feel safe going out around the times that those patrons are around. And even during brunch hours on a Sunday morning, it's even impossible to get out of my own space. So I don't know what is it that they're referring to as not affecting our street, because it's just taking everything away from me. My kids can sleep at night. It's just not right.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on this ordinance? Again, just a reminder, please state your name. Thank you.
Paula Pinto, 957 Burlington Avenue. The parking is a problem. My driveway was blocked for a full day. I called the police in the morning, the non-emergency number. They said they would take care of it. I had to walk into work. At lunchtime, I walked back. The car was still there. I was told that since the car was not blocking my entire driveway, they could not tow it. So then I had to walk back to work and walk back home at night. It's very hard to get into Burlington Avenue from Morris Avenue because cars are parked on both sides all the way to the corner. So we go out of our way to take Morris Avenue further down so that we can come up Spruce to get onto our street. The parking, my neighbor, who sometimes parks in front of my house, was told last week that he could not park in front of my house because he was too close to the handicap lines in the middle of the street in his house. So now where we could fit 2 cars in front of my house, now it's limited to 1. Permit parking would be great, except that the law about not blocking driveways are not adhered to. So I don't think that permit parking, which is not, trying to rectify the problem, won't, because if the other laws aren't being followed, why should the permit parking be followed? Again, everybody wants to be able to get along, but it's infringing on those of us who live there and have to deal with it 24 hours a day. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Mayor, from hearing the testimonies, there's a multitude of complaints from residents on these respective streets that are being impacted. Accordingly, residents have signed a petition advocating for permit parking, as evidenced by the testimonies that we just heard. Clearly, there's an obvious nuisance that exists, specifically parking. And I can say this, it is one of the administration and our top priorities to protect the health, safety, and welfare of our residents and patrons. And so, for that reason, I move the ordinance be adopted.
Mayor, I concur with Ms. Delisfort, and I second her motion.
Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
I have for your consideration on draft and first reading an ordinance amending Chapter 447 of the Municipal Code pertaining to rental properties and short-term rentals.
Move the ordinance be taken for second and final reading. Move the ordinance be taken on first reading and title by this time.
May I have a second?
Second.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 447 of the Code of the Township of Union pertaining to rental properties, short-term rentals. Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Move the draft be taken up for the next regular scheduled meeting for second and final reading.
Second.
Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Amending Chapter 170 of the Municipal Code pertaining to smoke shops.
Move the draft be forwarded to the planning board to ensure compliance with the master plan and obtain comments.
I'm just going to read the title real quick.
Sure.
An ordinance of the Township of Union, County of Union, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 170 of the Municipal Code. Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Now may I have a motion to
Refer to the
send
planning
this to the
board.
planning board?
Second.
Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Providing for the 2023 road program, Elizabethtown Gas Roads.
Move draft be taken up for first reading by title at this time.
Second.
Capital ordinance providing for 2023 road program buy-in in the Township of Union in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,444,019.22 to pay for the cost thereof, which amount comprises payments from Elizabethtown Gas Company received by the township. Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
Move draft be taken up at the next reading, regularly scheduled for the second and final reading.
Second.
Ms. Delisfort?
Yes.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Ms. Cavadas?
Yes.
Mayor Figurito?
Yes.
the following resolutions: designating 650 Liberty Avenue, 700 Liberty Avenue, 685 Liberty Avenue, and 1200 Springfield Road as an area in need of redevelopment.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing the insertion of a special item of revenue into the 2023 budget in the amount of $109,575.94 under the caption Clean Communities Grant.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the insertion of a special item of revenue into the 2023 budget in the amount of $5,970.55 under the caption Alcohol Education Rehab and Enforcement Grant.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with Brightview Engineering for the installation of a traffic signal at Boxwell Road, Commerce Avenue, and Winslow Avenue for a fee not to exceed $75,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing payment of all approved vouchers for solid waste collection, haulage, and disposal at the interim rate of $75.09 per ton for household waste and $107.12 per ton for bulky waste for the month of May.
Motion to authorize the payment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2023-147, changing the effective date to November 1st, 2023 for the person-to-person and place-to-place transfer of 5 Points Beverage, Inc.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing change order number 2, increasing the amount to Lancha Construction Corporation by $116,750, resulting in a revised total contract amount of $2,095,117.79 for the 2022 road improvement, Phase 1.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional services agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design for the Weber Park improvements for a fee not to exceed $122,300.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the acceptance of a safety and stabilization bond in the amount of $5,000 and a perimeter buffer bond in the amount of $15,300 from Union Township Development Popeyes, Route 22 East.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing a professional service agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design for professional planning services to provide for easement, exhibit meets, and bounds services for a fee not to exceed $6,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the renewal of certain liquor licenses in the township for the annual period of January 3 through June 30th, 2024.
Move for approval.
All
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Amending Resolution 2023-227, increasing the amount to Samuels, Inc., trading as Bywise by an additional $10,000 for a total contract amount not to exceed $80,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Authorizing the mayor to execute a grant agreement for the Lead Grant Assistance Program in the amount of $57,700.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the repairs for Engine 2 from Fire and Safety Service for an amount not to exceed $22,633.85.
Move for authorization.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorizing the renewal of plenary retail consumption license number 2019-3303004008, Signatures LLC, with special conditions.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Authorizing the renewal of plenary retail club license number 2019-31075001, Georgie Cannon Lodge 858, with special conditions.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ask you to approve the finances as listed on the agenda.
Move to approve the finances.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Following communications from Terry Milanda, tax collector, requesting the Township Committee authorize checks issued to the following, representing the redemption of tax sale certificates as listed on the agenda.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Joseph Venezia, Township Engineer, requesting the following payments. Payment number 1 to Lancha Construction Corporation in the amount of $439,712.30 for work completed through June 9, 2023 in connection with the 2023 road program, Phase 1. Payment number 1 to P&A Construction, Inc. in the amount of $38,768.02 for work completed through June 9, 2023 in connection with the 2022 road resurfacing program, ETG. Payment number 3 to Grenada Construction Corporation in the amount of $203,142.73 for work completed through June 9, 2023 in connection with the 2022 road program, Lehigh Avenue, Phase 2. Payment number 3 to Lancha Construction Corporation in the amount of $1,066,123.40 for work completed through June 9, 2023 in connection with the 2022 road resurfacing program, Phase 2. Payment number 7 to Grenada Construction Corporation in the amount of $60,707.08 for work completed through June 9, 2023, in connection with the 2022 road program, Phase 3.
Move to authorize the payments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Anthony Manguso, construction official, requesting a refund for an unused permit to CAD Signs in the amount of $30.
Move for approval?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Betty Spiropoulos, St. Demetrius Greek Orthodox Church, requesting to host their annual Greek Festival September 7th through 10th, 2023, in their parking lot. Also requesting permission to erect several tents and to place 4 banners at various locations in the township.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Sarah Kammermer, 2582 Hamilton Terrace, requesting a block party on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Motion to approve, subject to end time being amended to 9 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
From Marla Williams, 358 Stiles Street, requesting the use of the Showmobile at their Community Day event on Saturday, July 8th, 2023, from 12 to 6 p.m. at Tuxedo Park.
Move to approve the request.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the following monthly report from the Police Department.
Move reports be received and filed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That concludes my part of the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We go to committee reports. I'll start with Committeewoman Delisfort, please.
Thank you, Mayor. From our road maintenance, the paving crews continue to work on repairing potholes and patching sections of roads throughout the township. Since our last meeting, the road division has performed 352 pothole repairs, multiple crack filling repairs, and 232 street sweepings. The sewer division continues to main catch basins, pump stations, and outfalls daily, performing repairs when necessary. Since our last meeting, the sewer division has performed 90 catch basin cleanings, 110 enzyme applications, 1 emergency call, and 2 catch basin repairs. The shade tree division continues to maintain trees in parks, township properties, and in townships' right-of-ways. Since our last meeting, tree crews performed 11 removals, 15 trims, 32 tree evals, and 7 stump grindings. As a reminder, commingled materials such as glass, plastic, and tin should be placed in open 32-gallon containers at curbside. Commingled materials will not be picked up in plastic bags. Grass collection began Thursday, April 13th, and will continue through Friday, September 29th. Grass should be placed in brown biodegradable bags or garbage cans no larger than 32 gallons. No plastic bags will be accepted. And all concerns or inquiries regarding all Division of Public Works can be addressed by calling Public Works at 908-686-1922 or by using the Report a Concern feature on the Township website. And I wish everybody a safe and happy 4th of July.
Thank
And that
you.
concludes my
Thank you so much. Committeeman Bowser.
Thank you, Mayor. The Union Annual 4th of July Spectacular returns on Tuesday, July 4th at Bear Temple Park. The festivities will begin with a concert featuring the Silver Arrow Band at 7:30 p.m., playing a mix of current and classic top 40 hits. The concert will be followed by an amazing fireworks display approximately at 9 p.m. Bring your lawn chairs, buy your dinners, desserts from our wonderful food vendors, and make a wonderful night of it. The Summer Fun will continue with the Summer Concert Series held on Thursday evenings in July at 7:30 p.m. This year, the concert series will be at Bear Temple Park. The featured bands include the Benjamins, Yacht Rock Gold, MJ Deja Vu, and Captain Jack. Select farmers market vendors and food trucks will stay for the concert each week, so come hungry and enjoy dinner while you listen to the concert. For more details about these great events, please call the Recreation Department at 908-686-4200. The senior report. Health and Wellness, the Health Maintenance Program, Tuesday, July 18th from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Nurse Preventive Services blood pressure and blood sugar checks will be provided. Activities and programs, bingo Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Yoga is Monday and Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, Union Township residents ages 60 and older can call the Senior Center to register. Assistance will be in form of e-benefits in the amount of $50. Benefits can be used toward the purchase of fresh New Jersey-grown produce at the USDA-approved farmers markets. AARP Smart Driving, classes are in August 10th, 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. $20 AARP members and $25 for non-members. attic treasures. Vendor need, bring old, new, and in-between items to sell August 12th through the 13th. For more information, contact the Senior Center. Upcoming events, Wind Creek Casino, Bethlehem, PA. July 20th, tickets are $35 per person. Monmouth Park Racetrack is August the 18th, $70 per person. Sit-down lunch is included and at the Rivalry Room. Bernard's Ensemble is August the 15th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call the Senior Center at 908-851-5290. That concludes my reports.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Cavadas, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The Union Fire Department responded to 203 emergency calls for service this period with 63 medical calls. Some significant events during this period are as follows. On Burwell Street, there was a garage fire in a residential structure. The fire department crews were able to confine the fire to the garage. On Wildwood Terrace, a garbage collector discovered what was thought to be a grenade in the trash. The Union County Bomb Squad responded and determined the device to be an old tear gas container. On Route 78 West, an early morning accident occurred, resulting in injury to the driver and the hybrid vehicle catching fire. On Grove Road, a bedroom fire in a residential structure. Fire department crews were able to contain the fire to the room of origin. There were also 4 responses for mutual aid to Hillside, Roselle, and Elizabeth. For our safety tips, please take special note that with hot summer months arriving, it's time to be aware and prepared to deal with effects of severe weather. Be aware of weather forecasts. When severe weather is occurring, go into an interior room at lower levels of a sturdy structure and away from windows. Have battery-powered devices, including flashlights, charged and checked for proper operation. Have a small first aid kit and water available. And lastly, do not drive into flooded areas. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Before I go into my body of my report, I want to congratulate Union High School senior Gabe Rodriguez for winning the NJSIAA Meet of Champions in the 800 meter a few weeks ago, and also to the entire UHS PAC cast, and especially senior Layla Suarez on their Paper Mill Playhouse Rising Star Award nominations. Congratulations. Proud of all of what our students do here in the Township of Union. Our farmers market, we have a kickoff, even though it's been there, but we have a kickoff this Thursday, June 29th, at Beer Temple Park from 4 to 7. This is our summer market celebration. In addition to the weekly vendors and the food trucks that we have there, we'll also feature a bouncy house, not for me, OMG Bubbles, music, and more. The rain date for that event will be Thursday, July 6th. For any more event details, visit uniontwpfarmersmarket.com. And please join us tomorrow at Centurion Union Center on Stuyvesant Avenue as we celebrate the grand opening of Centurion Union Center, as well as Unity Bank, Angie's Nails, Norma's Flowers, Cucina 8, Pão de Casa, formerly known as Emily's Portuguese Bakery, and Cedrus Salon, formerly known as Illusion Salon. So that'll start at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And an online application is available for the No Knock Registry. It's currently available at uniontownship.com. Once the application is filled out, please email it to clerks@uniontownship.com. And please note that this does not preclude charitable, political, or religious organizations from canvassing or soliciting. And for those with your loved ones, your pets, if you have not licensed your pet for the year, please remember you can easily do so at our clerk's office. You can either pick up the applications or in person or via our uniontownship.com website. Please don't forget that proof of vaccination is required. If you have any questions, contact our clerk's office at 908-851-8501. And with that, I will open the meeting up to the public. Again, a reminder, there is a 5-minute rule, and please state your name and your address. Anyone wishing to speak, please step up to the microphone.
Again, first of all, I would like to apologize to the residents. Though definitely not our intention to cause any disturbances of any kind for you all and your families and children and so forth and so on. And in the future, If you have any issues, please feel free. We are an open door, and we would love to get in front of it before things get out of control. So, first off, this is my first time. I've been in union for a very long time. It's my first time attending the city council meeting. Kind of sad, but true. But I wanted to come during the month of Juneteenth because this holiday means more to me than most. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States and is a celebration of culture, history, and pride for Black communities across the country. Juneteenth is all about the end of slavery, but it means so much more to Black-owned businesses. As Black Americans have progressed from being owned to becoming owners, the state of Black businesses can offer insights into the advancement of race relations and democracy in America. Juneteenth and the end of slavery gave African Americans an opportunity of wealth in this nation. Like you, we want to leave a legacy for our children and create generational wealth. During this time and years to come, we suggest that you use spending power to help spread equity within Black communities by supporting Black-owned businesses. Signature Sports Bar provides avenues for equity and inclusion. We foster a diverse environment, and our patrons love signatures. According to research, Black-owned businesses are still being systematically denied access and are held at different standards than their white business owners. Women Black-owned businesses make up a small percentage in this nation. According to research, women represent more than half of the U.S. population, but they own only 1 in 5 businesses, just over 1.1 million, and that was in 2017. This was about the same proportion as it was in 2012. Black women own less than 1%, 1 in 130 of the nation's businesses in 2017, and even though Black women make up 6.6% of the country's population, that still is a very small percentage for Black-owned business, women-owned businesses in the United States. So while Black ownership is growing at a slow pace, we ask for more support, not only from patrons, but the town. Although town, state, and federal job positions are considered bureaucratic jobs, still important to recognize customer service. People in the town need to feel comfortable coming in, whether it be a resident or a business, and foster great relationships with the people here in town that work within the town. A smile through the phone goes a very long way. We want support from the town. We don't want to hear echoes of the police are coming, the fire department, building, state, and are coming to get us, so to speak. If you're coming, we want you to grab a menu and patronize our business. So in order to foster great ties and relationships with the town, we invite you in, and we've started a municipal First Wednesday where we are offering anyone from Union Township, first responders, so forth and so on, 20% off just to come in, because what we find is that we don't really get as much support from the town that we would like in terms of patronizing, and as far, in terms of the rhetoric that goes on within the town. So we would like to see more of you visit our business so you can get an idea of what we're like and the type of services we provide. Number one, on Google, and we just want you all to experience the same way our patrons have experienced, like coming into our, I'm sorry, a little nervous, coming into our businesses. And that also goes for the community around us. Please stop in, come in, hang out with us a little bit, grab something to eat, get to know us a little better so that we can create better relationships and foster better community relationships, because like I said, we don't want to cause any issues for you all, and we just want to have great relationships moving forward.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Please state your name and address.
Well, I'm at 2586 Morris Avenue. My name is Masuna Harley, and I am representing Signatures. Signatures is a sports bar lounge. In Union, there are many sports bar lounges, and I don't know if anyone has ever been to one, but bars are in towns. What I heard tonight, it hurts a little bit because it is not our intention to cause an upheaval. We came to Union to promote happiness. After all that has transpired in our country, happiness to me is the only way to go. Happiness and peace. And anything that transpires other than that is just a conversation, because sometimes, for the most part, it's a miscommunication. A lot of people come to Signatures. Signatures is a diverse environment, number one. It's a very diverse environment. And we employ persons also in this town. So it's not a segregated business. It's not a segregated business. It is a business as other businesses in Union of our kind. We're just signatures. We have, Angie stated that we implemented some things. We're trying to build a better relationship, because we feel as though we're in Union but not connected with Union, and that's not what the goal is. The goal is we're in Union, we're part of Union, and so it is imperative that we all are on one accord. We don't want any separation, and we don't want to feel that we're being isolated or separated from the rest of the town. If you have any issues with signatures, my name is Masuna Harley, and I am the person who you can reach out to with any concerns, and that's including the community, because we're parents too. It's a woman-ran establishment, and we're mothers. So I understand if, with the noise level and things like that, that's a conversation. If you haven't noticed, for the last couple of weeks, actually, we've been closing earlier, so that we can show the community that, okay, no problem, we'll just stop at this time instead of that time if it's really causing such an issue. But everything is a conversation. We don't want to feel as though we're being attacked. We shouldn't feel that way, because we're here and we belong, we're part of you guys. So with that being said, I believe in peace, I believe in prayer, I believe in God, and with that, we're a small part of the puzzle that makes Union together. And in order for Union to be what Union is down through the years, with its history and stuff, to be at this point, and we have to realize that we're one Union. And if we're doing something that needs a conversation, that's all it is a conversation. And the rectification that comes after that is going to be peace. We're all here together, and that's all that we would like to say. And if anyone has anything that they need to address, please, by all means, come and have a conversation, okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and committee members. Tracy Azigi, 1027 Bertram Terrace. For the past 4 months, my husband and I have been coming to these meetings in an effort to have our issue addressed without any success. In March of this year, we received a ticket from the Township Building Department about our chickens. Since then, we have had people hanging over our back fence, taking pictures of our property, a rather spooky feeling, to say the least. And we have had to go before the township judge and prosecutor about our chickens with mandatory court appearances. My husband is a master boxer, and as such, is very concerned about his diet. Whenever possible, he will eat organic foods, like we all do, but during the spring of 2020, there was less and less of this available for a time because of the pandemic. For all of us during the pandemic, food security was an issue, and our family looked to chickens to provide us with a daily source of organic protein in the form of eggs. Female chickens, hens, do not require a noisy rooster to make an egg, and she will make one just about every day of her life in her prime. Chickens make little to no noise and eat bugs, a very benign addition to any home that brings much added value. We had done our due diligence in a thorough search of the township website for any regulations about chickens in April of 2020. when we were looking to get the chickens for the first time. And we found nothing. The word chicken did not even come up in our search. Our charge in court was breaking the noise ordinance. We were told that we could not have our chickens outside of our home between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. based on a dog barking ordinance that includes all other animals. Also, there was on the internet groups of people across New Jersey in Union Township that, including in Union Township, that own chickens in their home, at their home. We joined the group New Jersey Backyard Chickens and learned tips and tricks from them about how to own chickens for your home egg needs. My husband found, after much searching, a solid coop floor plan that he thought he could follow, designed by a Maine farmer that had all the strength, protection, and durability that he thought he would need in the northern New Jersey area. $2,000 later, we have a coop like Fort Knox. This was necessary because literally everything eats chicken. Foxes and hawks are the biggest predators for Union. Our property is unique for Union Township as we have an acre of land with our home. Plenty of space for 4 urban chickens. Then we had to get the chickens. My husband ordered them online and they were delivered, 1 day old, to the Union Township Post Office on Chestnut Street. Again, no one said a thing about them, making us believe that there was no issue with them. It took a lot to keep them alive at that point. We kept them in a box in the basement with a heat lamp and food, sometimes holding them in blankets to keep them warm like their mother hen would have done. Originally, we had 4, but a hawk got 1. We have a covered run attached to our coop and an open run attached to that. The hawk got the hen in the open run. We named the 3 that survived after the early hawk attack after Charlie's Angels, Jill, Sabrina, and Kelly, because they were always together and seemed to depend on each other. For 3 years, we had daily eggs, brown and blue, that had this amazing orange center. Unlike store-bought eggs, even organic ones, these had a creamy taste that is truly indescribable. And we got 3 new ones every day. All our table scraps that were not meat went to the chickens every day. My husband put lime in the coop and fresh hay every few days. He fed them organic feed from the farmer's supply store and gave them fresh water every day. Children from the neighborhood, as well as our own grandchildren, came to see and touch the chickens, providing them with possibly a look into a different world than their city life might offer. The chickens followed my husband around like the Pied Piper, squatting when he came to allow for a pet. They were sweet girls, for sure, cultivated with kindness and clean living for the entirety of their lives. Unfortunately, their lives are over. When we went to court in early June, we were told that the chickens had to go, no matter how they went. The township did not care that these were our pets. The judge would barely let me speak. He expected me to get rid of my pets in 10 days, or I would be fined $1,250. We spent the next few frantic days looking for a home for them. We do know others with chickens, even ones here in Union Township. But because our chickens were older, no one would take them for fear of upsetting their flock or bringing in a disease to their chickens. We were told that the chickens would face a terrible fate if they were brought into a flock that had roosters, as they had never seen a rooster. The stories of their feathers being plucked out continuously as the rooster would never get off of them traumatized us. That was the only possible place to relocate them, and we had to choose against it. As a result of all of this, our chickens were sent to be put down. Hand-fed from birth, it is no less traumatizing than putting down a dog or a cat. Today, our dog wakes each morning to run to the empty coop. I'm not sure what to tell my grandchildren, and my neighbors are shocked about this outcome because several were considering home chickens for themselves this year. We came last month to this meeting prior to the court date, again to ask about our chickens, and were told, once again, it was being worked on. Nothing actually was done, and I was told by the township clerk that I should notify them of other people who have chickens in Union so that they can also receive a summons. The whole process has been dramatically traumatizing to my family, and the lack of concern from you, Mr. Mayor, and your staff for our issue will make me reconsider my choices during the township's next election. We are your constituents, the people who elect you and support you. I realize that you and your committee are doing many things to grow Union Township. New roads, giant new luxury apartment buildings, marijuana dispensary, new library. We all see the growth and the township improvements that you are doing, and we thank you for your wise decisions you are making for the benefit of your constituents. However, Mr. Mayor, you and your team have forgotten it is the small issues that people appreciate the most. Helping people with the crosswalk, keeping a rowdy business establishment from encroaching on the township residents, and helping to pass a reasonable chicken ordinance make people want to have you as their township leaders. I have received many messages from other township residents about this issue because they watch these proceedings and they are paying very close attention to this outcome. They're all they're all Union Township chicken owners who are hoping that the 1989 ordinance for dog barking at night doesn't get them too. I have no more chickens to protect. The building department guy didn't even come back for his scheduled check to find that our chickens had been slaughtered. He made sure that the judge demanded that he be allowed on the property for the appointment, and then he did not show up. We waited all day for him. We have a little post-traumatic stress from this issue, and I believe that some kind of change should be made for the chicken owners in the township. Everyone today on your council has literally ignored us, allowing us to be dragged before a judge without any plan for a resolution on this matter, even though we have repeatedly asked for help and consideration. We will continue to come to these meetings until an ordinance is drafted, either allowing chickens for, as many other local townships do, like Woodbridge and Fanwood and Kenilworth, or banning them completely. This can no longer go without any direction because there will be others in the township that suffer a similar fate to us and will have to kill their chickens too.
Thank you. Just for reference, the health department is looking at this. That's why it's been taking a while. And we will continue to have them look at the feasibility of this moving forward. Anyone else wishing to speak? Please state your name and your address, please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Marcia Julius, and I'm resident of 1883 Manor Drive. And, okay, I'm not good at this, but I'm going to do it tonight. The reason I'm here this evening, as a professional registered nurse at the Hospital for Special Surgery for 28 years that care for a pediatric patient, I rely surely on the shuttle bus to take me at 6:12 every morning to the bus or the train station. And just 2 weeks ago, I was told, or a week ago, that the shuttle will no longer be available to me. I totally understand that since COVID, a lot of employees are working from home. For me, unfortunately, as a registered nurse, I don't get that privilege. So I don't think that's enough time for me to get prepared to be at work for 8 o'clock shift. And I'm just asking for a longer time period, a month, 2 months. I understand the shuttle is expensive to run when there's not enough people on there. Figure out a way, let us pay $2 a fare, because it's still going to be cheaper than crossing the 59th Street Bridge now in New York, what they're trying to propose, driving into the city with a toll of $16 a day. So I'm not asking you to have having 100 people a month to 100 people we used to have a week. I don't have that privilege. I have to go in. So I'm asking for a longer period of time for the shuttle bus, and let's come up with a solution where I don't have to feel unsafe getting out of my bed, walking to the train station or the bus station to catch the 114 bus in the dark, especially in the winter time. This is a friend I met on the shuttle, and I thought more people would be here tonight. Unfortunately, it's not as important to them because they maybe work 2 days a week from home in the city and the rest from home. Again, I don't have that privilege. So I'm asking you this evening to consider giving us a long another month or two till we can figure out something else that works best for us for our safety as women.
Oh, I just have a question. Are you
Just
going to
identify yourself, please, your name and address.
Sherry Covington, 1908 Manor Drive. So the question is, are you going to discontinue the shuttle? Because maybe it's a rumor.
Mayor, if I can.
Yes, please.
If I can ask you folks, if you have a few minutes, happy to stay afterwards and talk to you. I'll tell you that we are absolutely strongly considering shutting down the shuttle. The shuttle at one time, besides hitting sort of our major developments, was also responsible for the train station to the Bed Bath & Beyond headquarters, which, as everybody knows, has closed down recently. So frankly, you know, there's a strong discussion about whether a municipality should be in the transportation business. Frankly, there's probably 3 or 4 riders each way, and typically that's just not enough to sustain itself. I think we'd be happy to help with some type of a transition, definitely understand, and we don't want to inconvenience you, so we'll brainstorm and come up with some ideas. But as to whether that shuttle as we know it or knew it likely won't exist in that form.
What I'm going to ask you is to give your contact information to the clerk, and we'll have administration work with you and try to reach some sort of a transition here.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Again, please state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Tara Stafford, 2586 Morris Avenue, Signature Sports Bar. I'm coming to speak on behalf of Signature Sports Bar. I am part of the management team, and we came to Union to represent good. We are not your average sports bar. We welcome all patrons, and they have been coming with open arms, and we are happy to be in Union. We are a part of Union, and we want to make sure that we bring good business to Union. We are working with our security to make sure the streets are cleaned at night. They stay there a half an hour to 45 minutes later to walk around to make sure people get to their cars. We actually call Ubers for customers that feel that they can't get home. We have physically driven customers home ourselves. We are happy to work with the town to make sure that everything is working in decency and in order, and we would like the Union Town to work with us. We have had our challenges with the police standing or sitting across the street for half an hour to 45 minutes, just looking to make sure everything is okay, but we have security. We're making sure that everything is okay. It is a minimum amount of incidents that have happened at a minimal amount of incidents that have happened in Union and in Signatures, and we would just want the respect as a Black-owned business that every other bar has in Union. We go and we patronize each other. We go to other bars. We have not seen police sitting there for over an hour just to sit there to watch and see. We have had a lot of challenges, but we are willing to work with Union because we love Union. We love the customers, and we are not an average sports bar, and we would like to work as a partner. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned, everyone.